Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do first impression review and demo for this L'Oreal Nude Magic Cushion Foundation. I picked up on Priceline when they were having 40% off and I grabbed the darker shade, which is number 11. In Australia, in Priceline, it is retail for $29.95. It claims to be fluid foundation, fresh luminous finish and buildable coverage. This foundation contains 30 ml like a normal other foundation. I always use a primer, so today to test this foundation I will apply a primer to just half of my face. This is Face Australia original primer. It is oil free and it has chamomile, and it is suggested to apply directly using the sponge to the face. When I touch it, it is kinda very liquidish finish, so I don't want to waste the product. I'm just gonna apply that. So let's use the sponge. The color is pretty good for me, but I'm just wishing it is a little bit more golden, but well, it is a bit hard to find the color for my skin tone. But so far it covers my redness and even out my skin tone. I would say the coverage a little bit more medium coverage. I wouldn't say full coverage, but let's put another layer of it. Yeah, it is a little bit more pinkish compared to my normal liking foundation color. My concern will be about double dipping the sponge. It's not hygienic. Alright, I'll continue to do the rest. Alright, I'll continue this side of the face and also the rest of my face. I'm done with my natural makeup. I set in the center of my face with a little bit translucent powder because I put concealer under my eyes and stuff. I didn't set the rest of my face. I feel a little bit shiny and oily, but we'll see how it goes throughout the day. The color, it's a little bit pink, if you can see a bit with my neck. My neck's a bit more yellow. So yeah, I'll get back to you in the middle of the day or during my lunchtime, and see you later. Hey everyone, it is 3:45. I'm using just my phone camera. I've been wearing the foundation since 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's like 7 hours. I didn't set it with a powder the rest of my face, only like the center of my face when I've got concealer on. But unfortunately my blush and my bronzer, everything looks really patchy. So I think it's just because I didn't set it with the powder. The foundation moves, it didn't like just sink into my skin, and the coverage is not up to my liking. I like a little bit more medium to fuller coverage, but this foundation is more like I would say light, a little bit light to medium. Like it doesn't cover much. My front camera is not that good, but probably won't be able to see, but I can see my bronzer is a bit patchy. I touch up my bronzer around 2 o'clock. I touch up my bronzer and blush. It was really patchy and it looks really ugly. I didn't set anything with the powder though. I would say this side with the primer, it doesn't help much because this side a little bit more blotchy compared to this side, but really the blush and the bronzer, it did not look good. So yeah, I'm going back to work and I will get back to you at the end of the night. Hey guys, it is 7:15 and I'm back home. So I've been wearing this foundation from 9 o'clock in the morning, so it has been 10 hours. So far, looking at the viewfinder from the camera, I look pretty wet and oily because I didn't set my face at all with powder. Really oily, and then the foundation this side is really blotchy. My concealer did not even lie on really nicely. I don't know, it's a bit weird. The coverage is not what I usually choose for foundation. At least my Luminous Silk foundation is start with medium coverage and I can build it up to a full coverage, but not for this one. I can still see a little bit the blush and the bronzer, which is good, but as I mentioned, around 2 o'clock I touch up my blush and bronzer because it was totally blotchy and disappear. I'll show you a little bit how it's gonna look like if I set my face with the powder. I'll be using my Camera Finish by Napoleon. That's my favorite. Isn't it look a lot better after I set a little bit, so it's a bit more absorbing the oil compared with the area which has primer on? Doesn't do anything. It's the same result, which is weird. So yeah, my final thought about this L'Oreal Cushion foundation. For my preference, I will rate this foundation around 6 out of 10. First of all, the coverage is not what I usually go for a foundation. I need a little bit more coverage. Second of all, it does not last long without setting the face with the powders. So definitely I will update you in the description bar when I apply this and set it with the powder. I'm sure it will be a lot more lasting. I think this is gonna be good for people who is a little bit more normal to dry. Also good for people who has good skin. Basically not many discoloration, not many spots, because this foundation doesn't give you much coverage. I would say a little bit more light to medium, and that's it. Another negative thing about this, which I personally don't like it is really messy. Now it is all over the case and behind the sponge as well, and then I have to double dip it. That's the one which I don't like, but the packaging is really cute. I love it. I might just gonna sit it on my vanity. So that's it for my first impression, a review and demo today. I hope you enjoy it. So leave me a comment and thumbs up this video if you like it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.